believe that she does have a male passenger in the vehicle with her.
Hard to know who's calling the shots in this situation as far as trying to figure out how they can escape. We believe that they are suspects in a home burglary from about 3 hours ago. It was slow for a good hour, but we have already seen just in the last 10. Oh!
Okay, slowing down.
And now they're getting out and running.
Okay.
We've got the male suspect running, the female suspect out and running. We've got undercover police officers that are going to try to get them in this parking lot here. It's tough to see which direction they went.
Yeah, they're running through the courtyard. I can see some feet on the ground. Yep, there we go.
All right, folks, you're watching this live with us, and obviously if something serious happens, we're going to back our cameras away. We've got the female suspect about to be taken down here. She looks like she's running pretty slowly because she might have been injured in that impact. The male suspect is not on the screen right now. He is to the left in a white T-shirt. But here she is, down on the ground. Police have her.
Yeah, police have her in custody at this point. And we'll wait to see what happens with the male suspect who is in the passenger side after they hit a car and then crashed their SUV into a tree. This has been going on for nearly 2 hours. 2 different vehicles were hit in all of this, and it ended with the suspect's SUV into a tree. Let's try to get a locator here on what we're looking at.
And Tammy Rose, our videographer in the helicopter there, is trying to search for that second suspect,
right,
and whether or not they were able to get him into custody, although you can kind of tell with the posture of the officers there that it looks like they probably have him too, just obstructed from view in the trees of the building right there. Boy.
Yeah, you can tell a lot by body language of law enforcement. They're not taking cover or running as they were when the suspects ran into this complex here. It looks to be some sort of a business complex. Okay, and we're getting a closer look at.
There's a woman with a child
with
in her
a child
arms.
on her hip. I know. You know.
Maryland and 7th Avenue.
Say that again. Maryland and 7th Avenue. Maryland and 7th Avenue.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
at
come to
a
an end here.
parking lot at Maryland and 7th Avenue, and as you saw, they took the woman in custody, and I'm trying to find the guy right now. It looks like he ran into one of these buildings, so I don't know if they have him in custody, but they took the female in custody just moments ago.
Folks,
Yes, actually, you know what? They got the guy. The
There he
guy's in
is,
custody
on the
as
ground.
well, and it looks like he's hurt. So they're at a parking lot near 7th Avenue and Missouri. The best outcome as far as getting these 2 in custody, at least 2 accidents that we witnessed and several near misses. And again, thankfully they have both suspects in custody.
Yeah, you can see he's on the ground. It's taking 2 officers, even though he is handcuffed. It looks as though he was resisting arrest still. And so they're getting a second officer out there, and it looks like they're going to restrain his feet as well.
Tammy, as close as you are to the impact scene there where the car, can you tell at all if those people are okay?
I'm sorry, I heard just part of the question. I believe you said, can I tell if they're hurt?
Well,
definitely the male suspect is hurt. It looks like he's bleeding from the face.
Yeah, no, I can see that he's hurt. I was wondering how close you are to where they got into the accident there at the intersection, and if you can see if
that other car
and the people inside, if they're okay.
We're actually a few blocks away, I believe. We've got all these police officers here at that intersection. I believe the accident was like a mile or so from here.
Okay.
Let me just zoom in and see if we can see. Yeah, actually, it looks like it hit this vehicle. So it's, right near the intersection where they had that accident, and then they crashed into the pole, I believe, and that's where they ran. So I'll zoom in here, and I can see just one vehicle here, and perhaps the person that was hit, I can't tell if they're still in the car. Actually, the police officer is talking to somebody in that car.
Okay, we'll let you get back to the suspect.
So 2 vehicles. I see one, and then it hit a pole. So this is basically about 200 feet from where they got them in custody.
Right, and it doesn't appear as though medics are on the scene yet to assess any injuries from the person in the vehicle that they hit blowing through that intersection. They did this many times, I mean dozens of times. It's been going on for nearly 2 full hours. The female driver blowing stop signs, blowing red lights, making illegal U-turns, driving in the opposite lanes of traffic, and other drivers just kind of freezing and swerving to avoid any collision. So it is amazing that they actually only hit 2 cars. So this is the second vehicle that was hit just moments ago, and it did enough damage to the suspect's SUV that it sent them kind of skidding off in the road and into a tree, which stopped their SUV. Then that's when the suspects The male, female, went running into a nearby office complex area and parking lot.
Yep, there's the SUV right there.
Into a tree.
It looks like it, obviously came to a stop there before the suspects jumped out and ran in different directions. This is the exact example why police officers back off and they let the car go. But once that vehicle got into an accident at an intersection, even when they weren't following closely, and showed that it had no care towards the safety of everyone around it, the female driver, then obviously they had to move in. That's exactly what they did. They have both suspects in custody. It'll be interesting to see now the details of the earlier burglary.
Streaming this